signed up. Nicor Gas has filed a request with the Illinois Commerce Commission seeking a $221 million rate increase. If approved, customers could see their monthly bills rise by about $6 beginning in 2027. Consumer watchdog groups are criticizing the request as a money grab. I'm Ryan Gatenby with your news flash.
Logan Fury did something smart. He saved hundreds on auto insurance switching to Progressive. With that money, he bought a mini treadmill. Is walking on it during video conference calls more distracting than he thought? Yes. And is that because he overestimated his foot-eye coordination? Definitely. But it's Logan's savings, and if he wants to burn calories and any chance at a promotion, we say, good for you, Logan. Switch and see if you could save with Progressive and treat yourself. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You need someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now you can meet them fast on ZipRecruiter.
Build your team, build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
From the pages of the Elgin newspapers of 100 years ago today, these are the headlines brought to you by the Elgin History Museum.
I'm Nick Freeman, and here's what was happening in Elgin, our fair city, on January 12th, 1926. Which comics do readers of the Courier News like the best? It is the idea of the newly consolidated newspaper to determine which comic strips are liked best, and the only way to secure the opinion of the Courier News readers is through a poll. At present, about 3 pages of comics are run daily, which is from 2 to 2.5 pages more than most newspapers use. If you fail to express your wishes and your favorite comics are eliminated, it is because you have not signified your likes. Provide your vote here by checking the following list and sending it to the comics editor, the Elgin Courier News, Elgin, Illinois. This poll will appear but one time to avoid confusion due to the same person sending in more than one request. Among a full list of the comics which appeared in the Courier were Salesman Sam, Tabby, Everett True, Flapper Fanny, Out Our Way, Boots and Her Buddies, Freckles and His Friends, Wash Tubbs, and Rube Goldberg. Some of the most popular comics that appeared in the news were Toots and Casper, Hairbreath Harry, and Ella Cinders.
Elgin 100 Years Ago is a presentation of the Elgin History Museum. Be sure to visit the museum located at 360 Park Street in Elgin, open Wednesday through Saturdays 11 to 4. You can also listen to Elgin 100 Years Ago at www.elginhistory.com.
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast.
Brought to you by Chick-fil-A.
Today, sunny with a high near 42. Temperatures falling to around 37 in the afternoon. Windy with gusts up to 25 miles per hour. Tonight, partly cloudy with a low around 32. Tomorrow, a slight chance of rain showers afternoon. Partly sunny with a high near 48. Currently, it is 31 degrees with clear skies. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
Pizza's here.
Oh, great. I'd love some, but I'm worried about my stomach issues.
If you're worried about having diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose oily stools, it may not just be stomach issues. It could be a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor. That's identifyepi.com.
Clutter happens, but junk doesn't have to weigh you down. At the Junk Luggers, we're your full-service junk removal and hauling pros, tackling everything from single-item pickups to major cleanouts. We handle the heavy lifting, and with our commitment to the green way, we rehome and recycle to keep your unwanted items out of landfills. So, whether you're clearing out the garage, downsizing, or saying goodbye to old furniture, we make the process eco-friendly and easy. Call 1-800-LUGJUNK or visit junkluggers.com today. Let's save your space and the planet together.
When your car needs trusted care, think All Around Auto Body in Schaumburg. Family owned for over 30 years, they deliver high-quality collision repair and dependable service from start to finish. Call 847-352-3825. They're located at 501 Morse Avenue in Unit D. Get your vehicle back in shape with the experts who care. All Around Auto Body, where your car is treated like family. Call 847-352-3825 today. Proud sponsors of America's First Responders Fest.
The WRMN News. I'm Dennis Green, broadcasting live out of Studio 14. Welcome in. Today's stories: pet rescues sound an alarm for more foster homes throughout the suburbs. Also, 1 week after a break, Leon is resuming campaign for the 9th Congressional District. Suspect is also charged with armed violence, 4 other felonies after a Lake Zurich standoff. And our 2 headline stories for the day: transforming Tui, gridlock and hazardous for pedestrians, major suburban thoroughfare is getting a redo. And our other top story: don't trash that battery. Rechargeables and others can be recycled under a new state law. But first, let's get to our forecast. Today is expected to get up to 41 with a low of 31, mostly sunny and breezy. Tomorrow, a high of 47 and a low of 27, mainly cloudy and increasingly windy with a brief shower around midday. On Wednesday, 32 degrees is our high with a low of 14. Low clouds, windy and cooler with snow accumulating about an inch. Deteriorating road conditions, plan for a slow and slippery evening commute. On Thursday, we get a low of 20 or a high of 26 and a low of 19. Breezy in the morning, otherwise times of clouds and sun. Friday, cloudy with a couple of snow showers with a high of 32 and a low of 15 as we head into our next weekend, where it has a high of 21 as it gets colder throughout that weekend. Before we head to break, learn about voting. DuPage County election authorities will hold a forum in Wheaton on Thursday about the vote by mail process. The county clerk's office will host the event in the auditorium of the County Administration Building, 421 County Farm Road, from 5 to 6:30 p.m., January 15th. County Clerk Jean Kazmarek said in a statement, "My goal is to educate the public by explaining the process from start to finish, then answering questions voters may still have." The clerk's office will also emphasize the importance of returning mail-in ballots promptly. The U.S. Postal Service recently released information that it cannot guarantee postmarking by the Election Day deadline. The clerk's office noted, in DuPage, nearly 100,000 voters have requested permanent mail-in ballots. When we come back, we've got a few of our headline stories, including transforming Tui and don't trash that battery. Also coming up, after 1 week break, Leon is resuming a campaign for the 9th congressional seat. Stick around, we've got more WRMN news coming up after this.
When disaster strikes, flood or fire, every second counts. At Emergency Construction Group, they specialize in immediate response and same-day service for any residential, commercial, or industrial emergency across the Chicagoland area. With over 30 years of experience, they've got the expertise, manpower, and equipment to handle any size loss. fast. They follow strict IICRC guidelines to restore your property the right way, the first time. Their team values transparency, constant communication, and strong ethical standards because your peace of mind matters. Licensed, bonded, and insured, they're here for you 24/7, 365 days a year. Call 855-4ECG now. That's 855-432-4669. Or visit their website at emergencyconstructiongroup.com and let Emergency Construction Group put your life back together one step at a time. That's Emergency Construction Group. Your satisfaction is their passion.
Are you looking to buy, sell, or trade something? Maybe clean out that attic or basement, or just make a little extra cash? Then don't miss Tradio on Out to Lunch with WRMN AM 1410. Weekdays at 12:30 p.m. Call in to let folks in the Fox River Valley know what you're looking for or what you've got to get rid of. It's easy, it's free, and it's a great way to connect with your community. Call in at 847-931-1410. That's 847-931-1410. If it's got to go, then let us know. Only on Tradio. Here on WRMN AM 1410.
Finding a reputable business shouldn't require luck or chance. But how can you tell who you can trust? Pro tip, the BBB connects people with businesses they can trust. So think of the BBB as the better, check with the BBB first, because better businesses are honest and commit to High Ethical Standards Bureau. That's why they're better. Always look for the sign of a better business and find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
Welcome back to the WRMN News. Got cracks in the basement? Well, AccuLevel Foundation experts can help with that. Call 844-635-0188. AccuLevel Foundation experts can help with basement waterproofing, foundation repair, sump pump installation, home inspections, crawl space, and concrete leveling. Call AccuLevel Foundation experts at 844-635-0188. Call today to schedule a free estimate. Geneva police warn about a scam calls using the department's phone number. Geneva police are warning people about a scam in which the department's phone number is being spoofed, making the calls appear legitimate. The caller pretends to be a Geneva police officer and tells people that a package containing drugs has been intercepted. The caller says a warrant for their arrest has been issued and they may be a victim of identity theft. The caller then requests financial information to resolve the matter. When recipients question the caller, they are threatened with yelling and profanity, according to a news release from police. On Thursday, Geneva police received reports of 11 such calls after recipients contacted the police to verify the scam calls. The release said police don't make unsolicited calls demanding financial information. To verify a call, call 630-232-4736 and contact the police if you fall victim to the scam. You can also file online reports with the Federal Trade Commission at fraudreport.ftc.gov and the FBI's Internet Crime Complaint Center at ic3.gov. Pet rescues sound the alarm for more foster homes throughout the suburbs. Ava Powers works 3 jobs, volunteers for a pet rescue, and cares for foster dogs in her Huntley townhouse. Powers said people think they need free time and a large home with a lot of space to foster dogs and cats, but the 19-year-old yoga instructor said that is not true. She said, if you go into these rescues, the dogs are just in a tiny little crate that they can't do a full circle in. So like any amount of space, honestly, is better. Those in the field of rescuing pets said there is a great need for more foster homes regionally. That need can grow even more after the holidays, when rescues sometimes see an uptick of dogs and cats that have been given as gifts but didn't work out. Dogs and cats fostered in homes also benefit from the peace and quiet away from barking and other stressed out animals, those who rescue and foster pets say. Powers said when she fostered a pit bull mix named Ellie for about 2 months earlier this year, she noticed a big change in her behavior and personality when she brought the dog home from the animal rescue in Kane County. Ellie was surrounded by loud, barking dogs and was, quote, curled up in a ball. She looked sad, stressed, and scared. She would not come out of her crate, and she would often bark as well, Powers recalled. Within days at Powers' home, Ellie stopped barking incessantly, became more confident, explored, and ate her food. When she went outside to play and took long walks and runs with Powers. Stacy Perrick, founder of Project Hope Animal Rescue in Kane County, where Powers volunteers and where Ellie was initially housed, said there's a push among rescues to attract more people to foster dogs and cats. Perrick said, "We have saved thousands of animals over the past 5 years from unsafe situations. We are currently working towards increasing the amount of foster homes in the area through a nationwide program called Foster 50. Foster 50 is a national challenge launched in June to honor the National Foster a Pet Month, sponsored by Pedigree Foundation. With a coalition of animal welfare leaders, it's a, quote, catalyst for change, rallying pet lovers, shelters, and rescue organizations to spark a fostering movement to help change the future for shelter pets, unquote, according to the foundation. Adopt a Pet says on its website, with an estimate of 5.8 million cats and dogs entering shelters and rescues, foster parents are needed now more than ever. Read more about it at the Shaw Local News Network. When we come back, police identify a pedestrian killed in Park Ridge crash. We've also got our 2 headline stories of the day: transforming Toohey, gridlocked and hazardous for pedestrians, major suburban thoroughfare is getting a redo, and don't trash that battery. Rechargeables and others can be recycled under the new state law. When we come back, those stories and more here on WRMN.
Hi, this is Sherry Aschenbrenner, Vice President of Dementia Friendly Elgin Area. Everyone knows somebody living with dementia. Caregivers and friends of those with dementia are always welcome at our Elgin Area Memory Cafe, always the second Tuesday of every month at 4 p.m. to 5:30 p.m. at the South Elgin Public Works Building, 1000 Bowes Road in South Elgin. Also, Dementia Friendly Elgin Area gives free 20-minute dementia awareness trainings to local businesses, church groups, to bunco groups. Just invite us. If you'd like to get put on Sherry's senior email blast list, please email us at dfelist@gmail.com. Also, you can go and visit our website at dementiafriendlyelginarea.org.
Tune in to Sherry's Senior Moments radio show on the second Thursday of each month at 9:05 a.m. until 10 a.m. on WRMN AM 1410, WRMN Radio app, or WRMN Radio on YouTube. That's Sherry's Senior Moments, providing resources and information for our seniors in the community.
Before the weather gets too cold, it's time to finish up those outdoor jobs. That's why ComEd wants you to know that electricity can jump from a power line to you and to the tools you're using. So maintain a safe distance from any power lines. You can also call ComEd at 1-800-EDISON-1 to have those power lines de-energized the next time you do any work around them. Stay smart, stay safe, stay back. ComEd, powering lives.
They were best friends, inseparable in fact, until the day Miguel died. Every day his friend visited Miguel's grave. Rain, wind, weekends, holidays, every day. Miguel's closest friend, Capitan, his German Shepherd, is a symbol of loyalty to which we can all aspire. Loyalty. Pass it on from passiton.com.
The WRMN News, I'm Dennis Green. Authorities on Sunday identified a 65-year-old woman as the pedestrian killed when struck by a vehicle early Saturday in Park Ridge. Catherine Baranski of Park Ridge died from injuries suffered in the crash, which occurred about 6:26 a.m. at the intersection of Cumberland and Peterson Avenues, Park Ridge police said. Baranski was taken from the scene to Advocate Lutheran General Hospital, where she later succumbed to her injuries, police said. No charges or citations have been issued as of Sunday, but the crash remains under investigation by Park Ridge Police Department's Major Crash Unit. After 1 week break, Leon resuming campaign for the 9th congressional seat. 1 week after suspending his campaign, 9th District congressional candidate Bruce Leon has decided not to drop out of the race to succeed U.S. Rep. Jan Schakowsky. Thursday was the deadline for candidates to withdraw and not appear on the March 17 ballots. Leon, an entrepreneur who served as the ward committee person in Chicago, confirmed via email Friday that he's resuming campaign activities. The 9th District includes parts of Cook, Lake, and McHenry counties. Schakowsky, an Evanston Democrat who has held the seat since 1999, isn't seeking re-election. Leon is among 17 candidates for the Democratic nomination. 4 Republicans are also running. Leon suspended his campaign at what he said was the urging of supporters and friends who, quote, lost their nerve. Leon, who is Jewish, said he'd been pressured by the American Israel Public Affairs Committee, an influential and well-funded lobbying group, to quit. AIPAC has supported State Senator Laura Fine of Glenview, who also is Jewish, for the 9th congressional district seat, but hasn't formally endorsed her. It's also criticized Daniel Biss, who is Jewish, and fellow 9th district Democrat hopeful Kat Abba-Ghazaleh of Chicago, who is Palestinian American. The 9th district has a relatively large Jewish population. Its congressional representatives for the past 60 years, Schakowsky and before her, Sidney Yates, have been Jewish. In a lengthy statement sent via email, Leon said dropping out would protect his future in politics, save him money, and relieve enormous personal stress. But he believes district residents deserve a moderate lawmaker, quote, who will stand up unapologetically against anti-Semitism and who will defend the U.S.-Israel alliance without fear or hesitation. In a social media post, Biss lauded Leon for, quote, standing strong. Biss said, who now serves as Evanston's mayor, Bruce and I don't see eye to eye on everything, but our election should be decided by the voters of the 9th District, not out-of-state PACs. Abba-Ghazaleh commended Leon too. Quote, this is democracy in action, she said through a spokesperson. Leon largely has self-funded his campaign with loans that totaled $800,000 as of September of 2025. The most recent Federal Election Commission financial reports show. In contrast, Abigazale had raised more than $1.5 million from individual donors, and Biss had raised more than $1.3 million from individuals and groups by then. Their reports show. Fine's campaign had raised less than $700,000 by the same point, records show. Year-end financial reports are due by January 31st and will be viewable at fec.gov. Gardening and climate change. How home gardeners can use nature-based solutions to lessen the impact of changing climate is the topic of Green Drinks Libertyville meeting Tuesday, January 13th at Pizzeria de Ville at 404 North Milwaukee Avenue. Eileen Davis, environmental educator with the Lake County Forest Preserves, will discuss the use of native plants, stormwater management, regenerative gardening, and composting to show what and how gardeners' plants can make a difference. There will be time for comments and questions. Speaker begins at 6:30 p.m. Arrive by 6 p.m. to order food and drinks. Contact Green Drinks Libertyville at gmail.com. There's also a Valentine's for Seniors. State Senator Seth Lewis has kicked off a, quote, Valentine's for Seniors card drive through his office in Carroll Stream. Students, church groups, scouting organizations, and other groups are encouraged to create handmade Valentine cards and drawings for seniors living in assisted living centers, nursing homes, and long-term care facilities across the 24th Senate District. The cards will be delivered during Valentine's Day week. Cards and drawings can be dropped off at or mailed to the Lawmakers Carroll Stream office at 994 West Army Trail Road from 9 a.m. until 4 p.m., Monday through Friday. The deadline is February 6th. Call 630-394-0654 for more information. Again, the deadline for those cards for Valentine's for Seniors is February 6th. Call 630-394-0645. Desplaines art exhibit is coming up too. Desplaines Art Guild latest exhibition at the Desplaines Public Library features the work of 8 members. Different media and subject matter are part of the exhibition, which launched this month and runs through March. The pieces are on the 3rd floor of the library at 1501 Ellenwood Street. Admission is free and open during regular library hours. Stick around, we've got more WRMN news coming up, including Transforming Tui, written by Marnie Pike of the Daily Herald, gridlocks and hazardous for pedestrians. The major suburban thoroughfare is getting a redo. And don't trash that battery. Rechargeables and others can be recycled under a new state law. You're listening to the WRMN News. I'm Dennis Green, and I'll be right back after this.
With your news flash, I'm Ryan Gatenby. Brought to you by Progressive. Nicor Gas has filed a request with the Illinois Commerce Commission seeking a $221 million rate increase. If approved, customers could see their monthly bills rise by about $6 beginning in 2027. Consumer watchdog groups are criticizing the request as a money grab. Governor J.B. Pritzker has signed a battery storage and energy omnibus bill into law. Senate Bill 25, also known as CRGA, comes as a recent state study warned of a credible risk of electricity shortages across Illinois within the next 5 years. Illinois is seeing a slight drop in Affordable Care Act enrollment this year after enhanced federal tax subsidies expired. State officials report enrollment is down about 4%, with more than 445,000 residents still signed up. I'm Ryan Gatenby with your news flash.
Pizza's here.
Oh, great. I'd love some, but I'm worried about my stomach issues.
If you're worried about having diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose, oily stools, it may not just be stomach issues. It could be a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Meet Morgan Jones. Morgan is about to step into a world unknown to most, thanks to Progressive's Renters Insurance, a place of fresh linens and turn-down service. You see, Morgan temporarily vacated her apartment and has gone to a hotel because a pipe burst in her apartment, a pipe that made her sense of reality and apartment ceiling all come crashing down. Luckily, Morgan checked into Progressive's Protection Zone. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and third-party insurers.
Get ready for an unforgettable night out in downtown St. Charles at O-Shows, where live music, dining, and entertainment come alive. Visit the iconic Arcada Theater at 105 East Main Street and experience the venue voted Chicagoland's premier entertainment destination. Whether you're enjoying a headliner concert, dining at Rock and Ravioli, or hitting the speakeasy at Club Arcada, O-Shows creates memories. Tickets and event info at oshows.com, and you can call 630-962-7000. That's 630-962-7000. Make your reservation, bring your friends, and plan your next event at O-Shows. Live music, dining, and entertainment, all in one place. Visit oshows.com and join the fun tonight. Supporter of the America's First Responder Fest.
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast. Brought to you by Rain-X, America's #1 wiper blade. Today, sunny with a high near 42. Temperatures falling to around 37 in the afternoon. Windy with gusts up to 25 miles per hour. Tonight, partly cloudy with a low around 32. Tomorrow, a slight chance of rain showers after noon, partly sunny with a high near 48. Currently, it is 33 with clear skies. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
You can swirl it, you can sip it, but the best way is to share it. Hey y'all, I'm Deanna, a team member at my local Chick-fil-A. And a little thing I love about the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich and new frosted sodas and floats is how well they go together. You get that bold flavor of the Coke mixed with the smooth deliciousness of the vanilla ice cream. You have a juicy filet and a smooth, creamy float. It's an awesome pairing.
Order a Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich and a new frosted soda and float at your local Chick-fil-A restaurant. Real team member paid for their testimonial.
Welcome in to the WRMN News. I'm Dennis Green. Our headline story for today, transforming Toohey, gridlocked and hazardous for pedestrians. A major suburban thoroughfare is getting a redo. Also, don't trash that battery. Rechargeables and others can be recycled under a new state law. Before we get to that, there is still a report out of a missing juvenile in Aurora. Aurora Police Department is asking for assistance locating a 16-year-old, Melina Grandos, who was recently reported missing. She has a history of voluntarily leaving home without notice and was last seen in the 500 block of Parker Avenue on January 9th around 4 a.m. Melina is described as 5 foot 4 inches tall and weighing approximately 150 pounds with brown hair and brown eyes. Anyone with information is asked to contact Aurora Police Investigations at 630-256-5500 or email at tips@aurora.il.us. Today, we've got a high of 41 and a low of 31, mostly sunny and breezy. Tomorrow, a high of 47 and a low of 27, mainly cloudy and increasingly windy with a brief shower around midday. And on Wednesday, low clouds, windy and colder with snow accumulating an inch or so. Deteriorating road conditions. Plan for a slow and slippery evening commute with that high of 32 and low of 14. But first, let's get to our headline story. Transforming Toohey, gridlocks and hazardous for pedestrians, a major suburban thoroughfare is getting a redo. The simple task of crossing the Union Pacific Railroad tracks at Toohey Avenue in northwest Cook County frustrates millions of motorists a year when trains intervene. But a county transformation of the congested Toohey corridor in the Des Plaines Elk Grove Village area is coming this spring. Highlights include a grade separation at the railway tracks, revamped intersections, and access to I-490, currently under construction by the Illinois Tollway. Cook Transportation and Highways Superintendent Jennifer Killen said Friday, "We're proud to be advancing a project of national significance to the region. The $87.2 million two-year overhaul is being done in coordination with the Tollway, plus other stakeholders, including federal, state, and local agencies and utilities." County leaders saw the Tollway's ambitious I-490 project as an opportunity to collaborate on reviving local traffic problems and ensure residents will benefit from the larger initiative, officials said. Key aspects are elevating Toohey Avenue with bridges over the UP tracks and I-490, reconfiguring the Toohey-Elmhurst Road intersection, building connections with the I-490 ramps. New tollway along O'Hare's west side will link with I-90 near Des Plaines, Route 390 by the airport, and I-294 near Franklin Park. Realigning Mount Prospect Road and Old Higgins Road. What does elevating Toohey Avenue mean? Kellen translated, "It's a grade separation. It will be bringing Toohey Avenue above the existing UP rail crossing. This is a very busy crossing for UP, so we will improve safety by eliminating that direct point of conflict." She added, "It's a benefit not only to the railroad, but also to the users of Toohey, who include O'Hare workers accessing an employee entrance. At Toohey and Elmhurst Road, quote, we are eliminating conflicts between turning vehicles and pedestrians at a very busy intersection and separating the intersection out to better serve the volume of traffic that moves through it," Killen said. "It's also going to help with the future traffic generated by I-490 interchange," unquote. Intersection work includes relocating Mount Prospect Road to accommodate the new grade separation, Currently, there's a dearth of sidewalls on the corridor. The plan would create a pedestrian and bicycle network with multiple use paths on the north side of Touhy Avenue and the east side of Elmhurst Road. Read more about it on today's front page of the Daily Herald. When we come back, our other headline story, don't trash that battery. Rechargeables and others can be recycled under a new state law. Stick around, we've got more WRMN news coming up after this.
My name is Ariel. I moved to the U.S. at 19. I spoke no English and I struggled finding job opportunities. Everything I have, I owe to the Adult Literacy Center and getting my high school diploma at age 22.
It was an honor helping you achieve your greatness. Now you're helping others achieve theirs. It inspires me.
When you graduate, they graduate. Find free and supportive adult education centers near you at finishyourdiploma.org. Brought to you by Dollar General Literacy Foundation and the Ad Council.
Did you get a call or message that mentioned Social Security that made you feel threatened or scared? That is not the Social Security Administration. Social Security will not threaten you, press you for personal information, or demand instant payment. Social Security does not accept payments by gift card, prepaid debit card, internet currency, or by mailing cash. Criminals use these forms of payment because they are hard to trace. Don't fall for it. Hang up, ignore them. Report this criminal activity to oig.ssa.gov.
Produced at U.S. taxpayer expense.
The Live Like Roo Foundation is a 501c3 charitable organization that assists owners and their pets through a cancer diagnosis by providing financial and emotional support. In memory of a dog named Roo, the foundation helps local shelters and rescuers by sponsoring animals with cancer who do not yet have a forever home. Live Like Roo is a beacon of light during a dark time. For support for your pet or to donate or volunteer, please go to livelikeRoo.org. Again, livelikeRoo.org.
Oh, could this vintage store be any cuter?
Right? And the best part? They accept Discover.
Accept Discover? In a little place like this? I don't think so, Jennifer.
Oh, yeah, huh? Discover's accepted where I like to shop. Come on, baby, get with the times.
Right, so we shouldn't get the parachute pants?
These are making a comeback. I think.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2025 Nielsen report.
Welcome back to the WRMN News. I'm Dennis Green. Make sure you check out the full schedule over at WRMN1410.com. Lots of great information over there, constantly updating and making sure that you are in the know. Here soon, we are working on getting a news feed put over on that website as well. If you are one of those people that like to find your news through the publications themselves and the press releases themselves directly from either the municipalities or from police, fire, or rescue, or even public works themselves, we are now building a feed that pulls all of those different press releases that come out, and we are building them into one large feed. That way you don't have to go through and jump through the Facebook algorithms to see the most important things in your area. So stick around. We've got some more things coming for the website, and that website is WRMN1410.com, where you can listen, watch, and interact with any of your favorite WRMN shows. Don't trash that battery. Rechargeables and others can be recycled under a new state law. A new program makes it safer and easier for Illinois residents to dispose of spent batteries, particularly the potentially dangerous lithium-ion variety used in a number of toys and mainly other products. As of January 1st, all single-use and most rechargeable batteries are accepted at participating retailers and other locations throughout the state under provisions of the Portable and Medium Format Battery Stewardship Act. That bill provides convenience for customers, reducing the growing risk of fires and waste in recycling facilities, reduces toxins in landfills, and recovers valuable materials, waste management experts say. Signed into law by Governor J.B. Pritzker in August of 2024, the measure requires battery producers to fund and manage the collection, transportation, and recycling of portable primary rechargeable batteries. Batteries join electronics and paint in Illinois' extended producer responsibility laws. Lithium-ion batteries have become a safety issue, said Walter Willis, executive director of the Solid Waste Agency of Lake County, which helped develop the bill. He said of fires sparked by the batteries, it's happening in garbage trucks and recycling plants. It's happening in people's houses. The law is, quote, intended to reduce fire risk and environmental harm by making battery recycling more accessible and consistent statewide, said Chris Roberts, deputy chief of the Lake Forest Fire Department, which has reported several garbage truck fires in recent months. The aim also is to have at least one portable battery recycling center within 15 miles of 95% of Illinois residents, he added. With the groundwork done and mechanisms in place, customers now have places to take batteries rather than have them rolling around in kitchen drawers or gathering dust in the garbage. Call to Recycle, a nonprofit organization, is working to establish a network of collection sites. Christy Sierbert, executive director of the Solid Waste Agency of Northern Cook County, said, We're by far the biggest footprint by geography and population. We know there will be some kinks to work out. Willis and Schreibert acknowledged the stewardship of various industries and organizations involved in the process and say Illinois is a model for other states. There also are nuances in the law and gaps to be filled. Retailers are not required to serve as collection sites under the law, but several, including Home Depot, Lowe's, Best Buy, and Sam's Club, have voluntarily elected to do so, said Alec Laird, Senior Vice President of Government Relations for Illinois Retail Merchants Association. He added many retailers across Illinois have had battery collection and recycling programs before the law was enacted, showing a commitment to environmental stewardship and safety. Participating retailers generally are only taking portable batteries, including non-rechargeable batteries of up to 4.4 pounds and rechargeable batteries up to 11 pounds and or 300 watt-hours, Siebert said. Some retailers may take batteries over 11 pounds, the medium format, primarily e-bike and outdoor lawn equipment, she added. Otherwise, they need to go to household hazardous waste collection site like the Solid Waste Agency of Lake County or similar sites operated by government agencies. The law doesn't apply to batteries considered embedded and that can't be easily removed from various devices, such as greeting cards. Those still go into the trash. However, devices such as laptops can be taken to electronic recycling facilities or events. Willis said, "Don't bring us your toothbrush." Read more about it on the front page of the Daily Herald. When we come back, we've still got a few more stories, including a suspect charged with armed violence and 4 other felonies after a Lake Zurich standoff. Stick around, we've got the final segment of the WRMN News coming up after this.
With the new IHOP value menu, $6 is all it takes to go to your happy place, where stacks of pancakes with bacon and eggs are just $6 every day. French toast, sausage, and eggs are, you guessed it, $6. And fluffy omelets come with a side of pancakes and only cost $6. Go to your happy plates every day at IHOP. $7 in some locations. Available every day for a limited time at participating restaurants in the U.S. Hours may vary. No substitutions. Not valid with other discounts or promotions. Prices may vary.
Looking to set sail on your dream vacation? Cruises International has you covered. Specializing in land and sea getaways, they're here to make your vacation unforgettable. Located at 1721 Moon Lake Boulevard in Hoffman Estates, they offer personalized service with a global network of specialists to ensure your trip is tailor-made just for you. Call today at 800-255-7447 to speak with a cruise and vacation expert. And don't miss Travel Tuesdays on WRMN AM 1410 every first Tuesday of the month from 11 to 12 p.m. on Out to Lunch. That's Cruises International. Your vacation, your way.
In the middle of the night, everything will be all right if you listen to Coast right here on WRMN, 7 days a week from midnight to 5 a.m. Each night on Coast to Coast, listeners are captivated by George Noory with discussions on news and current events, conspiracy theories, UFOs, life after death, and all things curious and unexplained. Coast to Coast, every night, midnight to 5 a.m. right here on WRMN AM 1410 and 96.7 FM.
Ever tried balancing a dozen eggs in one hand while hopping on one foot? Or maybe juggling cats while riding the unicycle? Sounds ridiculous, right? But guess what? That's exactly what texting while driving is like. Your human brain only has the capacity to focus on one thing at a time. So when you're behind the wheel, give driving your undivided attention.
Don't drive distracted. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
To the WRMN News. A suspect is charged with armed violence and 4 other felonies after Lake Zurich standoff. Lake Zurich man, who authorities said held police at bay for hours Saturday after burglarizing a local business, now faces multiple felony charges. Merrick A. Pollock, 47, is charged with armed violence, burglary, and 3 counts of aggravated unlawful possession of a weapon, according to Lake Zurich police. The most serious charge is a Class 10 felony punishable by 6 to 30 years in prison if he's convicted. Pollock was arrested Saturday afternoon following an hours-long standoff at his home in the 200 block of Whitney Road, police said. Police say the chain of events began at about 2:17 a.m. on Saturday when officers responded to an alarm at Casey's convenience store at 650 South Rand Road. Officers discovered someone had burglarized the business after gaining access by firing a gun through a glass door, authorities said. According to police, officers attempted to contact Pollock at his home at about 11 a.m., but he refused to step outside and barricaded himself inside. Because there was evidence that a gun was in his home, a tactical unit from Northern Illinois Police Alarm System Emergency Services was called to the scene. Surrounding residents were evacuated as dozens of law enforcement officers descended on the area. After several hours of negotiation, Pollock surrendered and was arrested, police said. He was taken to a hospital for minor injuries and remained in custody of Lake Zurich Police Department as of late Saturday, authorities said. Tall mugs of beer, Fat Pour Tap Works, wooing Mount Prospect. Downtown Mount Prospect could soon welcome a new player in its tavern scene south of the metro station with a novel twist. The Village Planning and Zoning Commission Thursday gave a positive recommendation paving the way for the village board to grant a conditional use to Fat Pour Tap Works, the one-story, 7,000 square foot full-service restaurant would offer outdoor dining and an unusual recreational component, a curling lane. The Mount Prospect location at 200 South Main Street would be the fourth Fat Pour location. There are two locations in Chicago, one in Wicker Park and another near McCormick Place, and a third in Lincolnwood. Arthur Homer, representing the petitioner, 200 South Main Street, LLC, told commissioners the name refers to tall mugs of beer. He said, "We believe we're bringing a different product to the area. We think of ourselves as a polished, casual American flair sports bar. But you can go in with a suit or a baseball hat and feel just as comfortable." The proposed site was reduced to an asphalt parking area and a concrete slab in 2017. Annexed into the village in 1917, it contained a pure oil gas station from the mid-1950s through the 1977, after which it was converted to an office building. The petitioner is asking for zoning changes to the setback and parking requirements. Questions about parking came up during the meeting. Downtown parking remains a challenge for the village. The project requires zoning relief for parking. 11 parking spaces are required, but only 8 on-site spaces would be provided. However, Village Community Development Director Jason Shawcross said the development would rely on public parking in the surrounding area, including nearly 50 parking stalls in the nearby Willie Street lot, about another 50 on Evergreen Avenue, and about 150 stalls on Prospect Avenue. The village board will likely decide on January 20th. Thanks for listening to the WRMN News. We've got some great content here on WRMN, and if you want to help make it better, send us a message over at info@WRMN1410.com and let us know your feelings, and things that you would like to see here in the Fox River Valley. My name is Dennis Green. You were listening to the WRMN News. Listen to it now at 10 a.m. and 6 p.m. Monday through Friday.
Get ready for Around the House every Saturday night